Hey guys, Gavin Brown here again from Fitness Academy in Appboy, and today we're going to be talking about breathing and bracing when it comes to strength work. So some common faults we see from people coming into the gym is that they're breathing from the chest. When we breathe from the chest, we generally will shrug the shoulders and will arch the back, and that midsection will bend. And one of the main things we're looking for when we breathe under heavy loads and when we do strength work is that we're breathing into our tummy. So we're taking a big breath into our tummy, holding the breath all the way back up, finish the rep before we breathe out, and take a breath in before we start going back down into another rep. Why these things happen is generally because the shoulders have become so tight from everyday use, driving your car, sitting at your desk, watching TV. We're all hunched over, and we come into the gym, we make them even tighter from that movement pattern. Common thought in the past would have been breathe in on the way down and breathe out on the way up, and that's all fine and good when we're under very light loads using our body weight. But when we're doing stuff that involve a lot more strength, the main priority of that breathing and bracing is so that we can hold that midsection tight. If we can hold that midsection tight, we can lift more weight. Our body must adapt. Progressive overload occurs, we gain more muscle, and we get stronger in turn. So a lot of the time you find people are fine, they get away without that breathing pattern under light loads, and then as that weight gets heavier and heavier, they squat down, they breathe from their chest, they lean forward, and they arch as they come back up, or they squat down and their hips shoot up, and then the rest of their back comes up, and it's basically a recipe for disaster down the line, and it will really stagnate how strong they can potentially get. So today in our video, we're going to look at some drills. We're going to start from the ground up, the most basic level of teaching you how to breathe into your belly. Then start practicing them under very light loads, so your warm-up sets, really practice that breathing pattern, and then slowly incorporate it and build it up and build your weights up, and over time, those weights will get stronger and better if you can hold that midsection stable. You'll have no more lean forward, there'll be no break in the middle, and you're basically losing energy. You're losing energy if you're breaking in your midline. So it's not just for squats, it's for deadlifts, it's for push-ups, it's for overhead pressing, it's for anything that involves a lot of midline stabilization. So check it out, guys. Hope it helps. Breathing and bracing for strength work.
Okay guys, so first of all we've got some breathing patterns to practice from lying down on the ground, which is generally the easiest place to practice those breathing patterns. So we're trying to take a big breath in, push the belly out, fill the belly rather than the chest with air, and slowly exhale all that air from our stomach nice and slowly. So just trying to practice the same breathing pattern that we would for a squat or any other movement. If you're struggling with that, to emphasize it a little bit more, we could grab a plate just to give us that physical feedback. You see the plate rising up as I breathe in, hold the top as if I was doing a repetition, and then slowly breathe back out. Just practicing maybe 8 to 10 reps at that at home or in the next time you're in the gym before a squat session will really help kind of emphasize that breathing into the belly rather than relying on the chest. And the more you can stabilize that core, the more upright you're going to stay in something like a squat. If we come up onto our feet then, after we've perfected that from the floor, we could practice that with something like an empty barbell. So taking the bar, take a step out, everything else stays the same. Watch the belly lift, hold the breath, exhale at the top. Big breath in, perform the movement, big breath out at the top, and release. If we're struggling with that from a standing, after nailing down the technique from the floor, we could use something like a belt to teach people techniques. So again, like with the plates, this belt is going to give you that physical feedback to push out against. So we're going to take the bar like normal, feet as normal. You'll watch as I take a big breath in, pushing out all the way around that belt. Keep the pressure out against that belt as I squat, and only breathe out when I come to the top. Notice how I take a pause at the top of each rep to allow me to breathe out and back in before each one. So that's the squat, but if we look quickly at another movement, so a half kneel, one arm press, just going to practice a few breaths from that position. Big breath into the tummy, hold the breath, and exhale. Big breath into the tummy, hold the breath, and again exhale. And then we take a dumbbell, and the exact same thing should be happening. So no arch in my lower back, big breath in my tummy. It's going to hold my midline stable, so it's just my arm moving. Big breath into my tummy, hold the breath, perform the repetition, and exhale when I finish. Hope this helps, guys. So next time you're in the gym and you're warming up, practice that belly breathing and bracing when you're doing your strength work. And I hope this helps. Thanks for watching, guys.